Personal finance advice is usually straightforward. Buy a reliable car, keep it for as long as possible, and invest the difference. The math behind that strategy is well understood, and on paper, it is difficult to dispute. Yet millions of people knowingly make the opposite decision. They spend large amounts of money on vehicles that depreciate quickly, require constant maintenance, and often demand additional spending on upgrades or modifications. Because for many owners, the purchase is not primarily about transportation or financial efficiency. The car serves a different role, one that has far more to do with identity, emotion, and personal meaning than with the balance sheet. The pattern is familiar. A man purchases a 10-year-old muscle car for $14,000 and gradually spends another $11,000 on it. Upgraded suspension, a rebuilt engine, paint correction, and a sound system that costs more than some people pay in monthly rent. He understands that the car may only be worth about $18,000 on a good day. He has done the calculation. The numbers simply do not determine his decision. Another example is the owner of a pickup truck whose monthly payment consumes roughly a third of their take-home pay. The purchase was justified as practical, but the chosen trim level included the panoramic sunroof and the heated steering wheel. There is also the person who inherited an older sedan from a grandparent. The car is mechanically ordinary and the body shows its age, yet fair offers are declined year after year. The owner cannot fully explain the decision, but letting it go feels impossible. In situations like these, financial loss does not always feel like loss. For many enthusiasts, the car becomes tied to identity. Once that connection forms, spending that appears irrational from the outside begins to follow a recognizable pattern. Consider a childhood memory common among many enthusiasts. It is the mid-1990s. A child who should be asleep notices a car on television and stops in the doorway to watch. The details of the model may not yet matter. What stands out is the movement, a vehicle accelerating along an open road, responding instantly to the driver. For a young viewer, the moment carries a powerful emotional impression. The image suggests freedom, autonomy, and the possibility of motion without restriction. The memory may fade in some details, but the feeling remains clear. Experiences like this often stay with people for years. Long before anyone begins calculating depreciation or loan payments, the car has already taken on symbolic meaning. Years later, that same person may stand in a parking lot holding a repair estimate. The cost might be $4,000 for a vehicle worth $6,000. A practical observer suggests selling the car and moving on. From a purely financial perspective, the advice is sound, yet the reaction can be unexpectedly strong. The car in the driveway represents more than transportation. It connects the present moment to a much earlier emotional experience. Letting go of the vehicle does not feel like selling a machine. It feels like abandoning a piece of personal history. The financial numbers behind car ownership are well documented. According to data from Kelley Blue Book, a new vehicle typically loses about 20% of its value during the first year of ownership. By the fifth year, most vehicles have lost close to 60% of their original purchase price. A $40,000 car purchased new in 2020 may therefore be worth roughly $16,000 today, even if it has been well maintained. The decline reflects the normal structure of the automotive market rather than a mechanical failure. At the same time, the ongoing costs of ownership remain substantial. A 2024 MarketWatch survey of more than 1,000 American drivers found that 2 in 5 respondents spend around 20% of their monthly income on vehicle expenses, including payments, fuel, insurance, and maintenance. Many financial planners recommend keeping that share closer to 10%. 10% of respondents reported that car payments alone consumed more than 30% of their take-home pay. Nearly 1 in 5 said they had taken a second job specifically to cover the costs of their vehicle. Despite these numbers, only 8% of respondents reported regret about their car purchase. The majority indicated that the satisfaction they received from the vehicle justified the financial trade-off. A useful explanation comes from research in consumer psychology. In 1988, Russell Belk published a paper in the Journal of Consumer Research titled Possessions and the Extended Self. The paper became one of the most widely cited works in the field. Belk argued that people incorporate certain possessions into their sense of identity. Ownership does not merely signal who someone is, it becomes part of how they understand themselves. As a result, the loss of an important possession can feel psychologically similar to a loss of self. For car enthusiasts, this process can become especially strong. Years of mechanical work, late-night research on enthusiast forums, and the satisfaction of improving a machine with one's own hands gradually transform the vehicle into a personal project. Over time, the car begins to represent a record of effort and skill. Another factor is the sunk cost fallacy. This psychological tendency leads people to continue investing in something because of what they have already spent, rather than what future outcomes justify. Researchers have examined this effect in the context of car ownership. A 2017 study published in Management Science analyzed data from Singapore, where government policies make car ownership extremely expensive. The study found that individuals who had paid more for their vehicles tended to drive them more frequently. The additional driving was not always tied to necessity. Instead, it appeared connected to a psychological need to justify the expense. Once a significant investment has been made, further spending can feel easier to rationalize. For an enthusiast who has already invested thousands of dollars in modifications, an additional purchase may appear relatively small by comparison. Each new upgrade reinforces the narrative that the project remains worthwhile. A related concept is the endowment effect. When people experience even temporary psychological ownership of an object, they begin to value it more highly than they would otherwise. Automobile dealerships have long relied on this principle. A test drive allows potential buyers to sit behind the wheel, adjust the mirrors, and accelerate on open roads. The sensory experience creates a brief sense of ownership. Once that feeling develops, declining the purchase no longer feels neutral. It can feel like giving up something that has already become personally meaningful. Cars also function as social signals. Research published in peer-reviewed psychology journals has found that luxury vehicles can influence how observers perceive the driver's social status and dominance. The same ownership can also shape how individuals perceive themselves. These dynamics reflect the long history of status signaling within human groups. Visible markers of status have existed for thousands of years, although the symbols themselves change over time. Among dedicated enthusiasts, however, the social dimension often operates differently. Modifications and styling choices communicate knowledge and effort to others who understand the same technical language. A particular wheel fitment or suspension setup may be meaningful only to those familiar with the culture. Belonging to a community that shares this knowledge can be a powerful motivation. A 2021 study in a transportation psychology journal found that individuals who were both passionate about cars and strongly influenced by community participation were significantly more likely to continue purchasing and upgrading vehicles. Much personal finance advice assumes that high spending on cars results from misunderstanding the numbers. The typical solution offered is a comparison between depreciation charts and compound interest projections. In many cases, the calculations are accurate, yet they do not address the underlying motivations behind the purchase. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2024 shows that transportation accounts for approximately 17% of consumer spending in the United States, second only to housing. The scale of that spending suggests that automobiles occupy an important place in how many Americans structure their lives. When spending satisfies emotional needs such as identity, autonomy, or belonging, purely financial arguments often have limited influence. What appears to be financial recklessness is frequently rooted in something more personal. The man who continues investing in a car he has already spent $11,000 modifying is not confused about its resale value. He's preserving the project that once represented possibility and effort. The owner with a large truck payment may be purchasing a sense of capability and control in a life filled with uncertainty. The person who refuses to sell a grandparent sedan may be maintaining a connection to someone who is no longer present. In each case, the vehicle serves a role that extends beyond transportation. It becomes a tool through which people express identity, memory, and belonging. Starting the engine can represent more than the beginning of a drive. For many owners, it reconnects them to experiences and relationships that shaped their sense of self. For some people, that connection remains as meaningful as the car itself. If this topic resonates with you, consider subscribing. New videos exploring the psychology of money and ownership are released each week. You can also share your experience in the comments and describe the car that holds meaning in your own life.